All right, so we all know the story of the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Well, friends, we have a Roadrunner and we have a Coyote. And this Roadrunner Coyote story is totally unrelated. We're building hot rods here. This Coyote and this Roadrunner can actually be friends in this one. Where am I going with all this? Absolutely nowhere, but now I've got your attention. New build alert, 37 Ford, Coyote swap. Here's a quick breakdown of it. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm gonna let Joseph and Gary get right into it because there's really some awesome work to show you guys. This 37 Ford was brought to us by a customer who had it being built at another shop. Long story short, the customer decided he wanted us to work on it instead. And we're sure glad he did, because we love building hot rods and we haven't gotten to build an actual rod in a while. So pretty cool having this 37 here, and we've gotten the task of cramming a Coyote in it. If you know what a 37 Ford looks like, you can imagine the kind of space we're gonna be working with here. So I highly encourage you to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing, because you can expect to see tons more 37 content from everybody at the shop. All right, we'll get into it, I promise. But real quick, who would win a race? Coyote?
All right, you're never gonna guess what we're about to do. Okay, we're gonna put a rear end back in the 37 Ford. Got it narrowed a little bit, so it's gonna fit in there a little bit nicer. Then I'm gonna try to make it lower. Surprise, surprise.
Gary?
Gary. Hey, what you doing? Oh, what am I doing? Well, I'm about to put this bad boy on some jack stands, get it all level so I can attach them fools. There we go. Almost like butter. That's way too loud. Okay. So we're gonna take it on down. 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 There we go. I like that. This is kind of what I like, you know. We're getting there. I tell you what, life is too short to be driving around stock height, just like, ooh, look at me, howdy doody, you know.
Howdy doody, howdy doody, howdy doody.
That looks pretty good. I'd like to go a little bit lower, but I got a surprise for you. Look at these sweet mags. Well, you just look at that. That's gonna be the back one. That's the front one. Little bitty lip right there. Mag wheels means magnesium alloy. So there's a misconception that magnesium wheels catch on fire because they're made out of magnesium. I've never had it happen. I'm old enough to know what mag wheels are. That means I'm old enough to have to take magnesium. Hope I don't catch on fire. All right, so I got it down lower. Got the wheel mocked up. This is a lot more of what I'm like. Probably about as far as we can go down. We're probably a little bit further. And that's old Logie Bear doing today's post. And now I'm gonna go on and just take the front shock waves out, try to get it at the height that I want it, about level or a little bit lower for the bag down area. All right, got this little lowered down. Angle of the rack is a little much, but this is not ride height, this is bagged down. So this is the way it's gonna be. That's bag down height. That being said, I've got to make some new brackets. I'm gonna cut them off right there, move them over and up, just pretty much just about right there. 6 inches from there over there is where my measurement is, and it's 5 over there because that's been notched an inch. So I'm gonna get to it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's another day. It's a different hat. Here we are. So, cut these little homies off. I made this little homie. That guy's gonna go there. There they are in relation. It'll move that up to where that was there. This is there. Do the same thing on the other side. So for the driver's side, I've got these boys. They're just not welded up yet. Just made a little template. Cut that out with the do-all. And I'm gonna lay it out with these magnets and set it up to be 1 5/8 inches. All right, so I'm about to weld in these mounts here, de-groove the edges, and if you look, that's real close to the motor. People keep on saying, Gary, why are you gonna weld next to the motor? It's gonna burn everything up. It's all plastic. I've got a plan. Check this mess out. Well, I got these here pig ears welded on, grinded down. That one, that one, that one, that one. Now I'm gonna raise it up, drill it, put some shock waves in there and go to the back.
Alright, so today we're starting on the 37 here. We got the motor all leveled to back up again after moving it. Got it up on jack stands. First things first, we're gonna start making the motor mounts to go from here to the side of the frame, front and back, both sides. We've already got the templates made up. I already got it scribed out on the metal, 1/4 inch plate. Get them cut out real quick and get them mounted up. Alright, got the motor mounts cut out. Drilled the holes for them, got them lined up and tack welded in for the time being. Just put a little washer in there for a little bit of spacing so it's not so hard to get the motor in and out. Alright, so the next step after we got the motor mounts in, see them back there tack welded in, we're going to plate this. Just going to take a piece of cardboard, mark it out around there for 1/8 inch plate, and then we're going to get it bent up and welded on. Alright, so just going to take a piece of cardboard, line it up flush with the bottom here. A little bit of pressure on here just to mark the lines both sides. And that gives us our marks on there that we need to cut. Alright, so here, see I got a little bit of blue dye. It's just some steel blue layout fluid. Then you take a scribe to it, put it around the edge of your cardboard, and it just allows you to have more of a direct fit piece. You don't have to trim anything out. Alright, so with that steel bluet stuff, you can slightly see the edge where I'd scribed it. And then up there, but it just gives you more of a precise area to look at when you're cutting instead of a big blue mark from a Sharpie like those.
Precise control.
Alright, so we got the little plate bent up. Just put it in a vise, hit it with a hammer just to get a little bit of a curve to it to get it to match. But it's fitting pretty good. Alright, got the little plate tack welded in. See, we got plenty of room up in there. Clears everything. So, all kinds of room for activities in there.
So many activities!
Alright, got that little plate welded in. Cleaned up the welds. Once we get the motor out, I'll round over the edges. And then I just went ahead and got this little plate in for that. Next step is just to weld it on there. Alright, next step is going to be eliminating this pinch weld here. Gonna cut it off all the way down, all the way up and around. I already started on this side over here. It's gonna be cut off, welded up, nice and round all the way around it. Alright, got this side all cut off, welded up and ground down. Finish that out with the DA and make it look good. Came out pretty good. Had to pull the firewall out here about 1/4 inch. It was set back. Go on to the other side, get it all welded up and get it done. Alright, I got this side trimmed up, started welding there, but all I did was cut the pinch weld off, make it where it's a nice tight fit, and straight, just tack weld it, and then I'll go through and weld it up. Alright, got it all welded up, ground down, sanded out with the DA with 80 grit. Still needs a little bit of hammer and dolly work just to get some small spots out. Get that done real quick and then get it finished up. Alright, we got the doors pulled off, pulled the hinges off. We're going to be making some patch panels for here. Making it for the new hinges we have. So first off, I'm going to start off with making this here. Just a flat piece of sheet metal. Run it through these dies on the bead roller. I'd already somewhat ran it through. And it needs just a little bit of fine tuning to get it to fit exactly the way it needs to. Hammer and dolly that over just a little bit, and be good to go. Alright, got the little patch panel made. Just went ahead and made another section for here, and then just TIG welded it on the back side, cleaned it all up. Next step is just gonna put some layout fluid on it and scribe around it, cut it out, TIG weld it in there. Alright, so we had the other door done. It didn't turn out the greatest. It was old, flimsy metal. So I went ahead and did the driver door here. It came out pretty dang good. Got a couple low spots in there. Not too bad.
Guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's 37 episode. But don't worry, we've got so much more 37 content coming. We plan on taking this build all the way, so you can expect to see Gary, Joseph, and probably others very soon. We hope you guys enjoyed the introduction to the 37. If you're not already, be sure to follow us on Instagram so you see what's going on in between uploads on YouTube. Hey, so really, do you think the Coyote would win?